Welcome to The Show Off, the podcast where we make each other sit down, shut up, and watch episodes of our favorite TV shows and then explain, or be forced to listen to, why it's top-tier television. This show is for anyone who has ever wanted to go on endless tangents about their favorite shows, but their friends and family don't want to hear it. We get it. Ditch those losers and come hang out with us instead. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Kampy.
And this is The Show Off. We're live! Hello, and welcome to The Show Off! We're so happy to be here. This has been many months in the making.
So many.
And we're so grateful that you're here listening to our dulcet tones.
Welcome.
And this episode is just a little bit of an introduction to help you get to know us, what the show is about, what other kinds of segments that we want to do. Just kind of getting the lay of the land. Mm-hmm. So that's what this is about. Thanks for being here, y'all. Let's just get into the concept of the show. The Show Off, I guess we can talk a little bit about how we came up with this. Basically, we've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time.
For a while. We've tossed the idea around.
We've tossed ideas around.
A couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we've both said that basically the only other person we would want to podcast with is each other.
Exactly.
And if you don't know us, hello, my name's Amanda.
Oh yeah, that's important. Hello.
Yes, and here, my lovely co-host.
I am Kampy.
Yes.
How are you?
And we're two friends, friends from high school.
High school, but we knew each other earlier than that.
Yes, technically.
We just didn't hang out.
We just didn't interact.
Yeah.
But became friends in high school, have been buds ever since.
Damn right.
Have bonded very intensely over television and movies and all things film.
Sorry to interrupt your flow.
Go for it.
I have a very specific memory of us hanging out at the pool at your complex, just talking about Sherlock for
Wait,
hours.
Oh my God. That's wild.
Yeah, that was the day too that I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna do a podcast with this girl."
Really?
No.
You little shit. That's funny though. That would have been what, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 10 years in the making.
Just about. Yeah, that's pretty wild. But yeah. Anyway, so we talk a lot about movies and TV and stuff, and we wanted to start a podcast about it. And now we're both 30 years old, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. We've known each other for over half our lives, basically. And what better person to start a podcast with than a friend you've known for half your life?
I couldn't agree more.
So the Show Off, the concept of the show is basically what if you could sit down with your friends and force them to watch an episode of a TV show that you are extremely obsessed with, totally in love. You need to tell people about this TV show and nobody else wants to hear it, but you got to do it. So that's what the concept is. We're taking turns forcing each other to watch episodes of our favorite TV shows.
Yep. While we just unhinge and let loose all of our passion for television.
And go deep into the lore, if there's lore, into production stuff, writing, character psychology. I do a lot of character psychology.
Whatever we feel about.
Yeah, whatever we got.
Yeah, whatever clicks with us about that particular TV show or episode.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, and I think especially the way we're doing it is being forced to choose a single episode lets you kind of deep dive into that episode itself and, structure, writing, all that stuff, which is super fun for us because we're nerds. That's what we're here to do. And yeah, we're basically just going to take turns forcing each other to watch different episodes of our TV shows. And then we'll do, per episode, we'll do kind of the episode deep dive and kind of each share our perspectives on the episode. And then after that's done, kind of open up to the show in general. Because why wouldn't you? I'm going to have a lot more things to say about shows as a whole.
Yes. And on that topic,
Yeah.
that does mean there's going to be a ton of spoilers throughout this entire podcast.
I was going to say, so what we'll probably do is have that episode discussion in the beginning, and we'll have a little break in the middle to be like, if you want to watch this show and you don't want to be spoiled, leave now.
Or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, or forever hold your peace. Because hopefully we'll be able to keep it within those episodes to stuff that happens within those episodes. So if you are listening to that part with us, you have been warned. You know, you're there for the ride with us for that episode. But if you watch the episode with us and listen to us talk about it, and then you go, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a great show. I would watch that. You can stop the episode there and go ahead and watch spoiler free. So that's kind of the idea.
Or do what I do and just embrace the spoilers.
Yeah, or just embrace the spoilers. Yeah, which I
love spoilers. Makes it more fun.
Yeah. So choose your own adventure on that, I guess. That is the basic concept of the show. And then besides that, we've talked about having like a sub section of, what would you call that? Like a series, I guess? I don't know. A series of episodes just talking about pilots. Yeah, a mini series within the podcast. People do this. This is a thing. This isn't new. Yeah, we want to talk about pilots because we like pilots and kind of evaluating them on their ability to pitch a show to an audience from the first jump.
Yeah, also just like the history of pilots, how they used to be done for broadcast television versus now.
Spicy.
And how, because broadcast is done so much differently than streaming services, pilot episodes have really changed a lot in nature.
Yeah.
Obviously, they still have the same goal,
right?
Of we want to get you hooked, we want to get you to watch. But the difference between we're doing one episode every week versus you get to binge the whole series really changes pilots.
Yeah, and how it's structured and
exactly. And I can't wait to go off about the Psych pilot. It's gonna be so much fun.
Dude, yes, I can't wait either. Yeah, I already have a list going of different pilots that we want to talk about, so that's gonna be like a fun little series for us to add into the mix. And then another thing we want to do is just kind of some like choose your top 3 kind of situation. So like from all the TV shows that you love, choose top 3 female heroes, top 3 villains, top 3
best character arcs.
Top 3 best character arcs. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit there, really. And we regularly have conversations about stuff like that. So we got a lot to choose from.
And I will say, we will take submissions from you guys.
Yeah.
You have ideas.
We want to open it up to the community. Honestly, we already have a huge list going, but what we might do is if we end up doing a Facebook group for you guys or something, we can create a poll, or maybe even on YouTube or something, like depending on where we post. We might be able to create a poll and you guys can pick which kind of top 3 you want us to pick, want us to talk about. Yeah, and I mean, we have some other ideas, but
no spoilers.
Yeah, we'll keep those in the bag for now. We'll see what we get up to. You might be hearing some kind of mini episodes from us where we just have like a short little topic we want to rant about for like 15 minutes, and it's not really full episode material, but
imagine this. Good Omens season 3 trailer drops. That's going to be a mini-sode.
Oh, for sure. I love it. Yeah, trailer reactions, that's totally possible. And then at the end of each show-off episode, we're going to have a cute little rating system, which is probably mostly just going to be silly. It's going to be, so like the example we have written down in our little planning doc here is 10 out of 10 pineapples for an episode of Psych, for example, which is a TV show we both really enjoy, and it's definitely going to come up.
Yes, and heavily focused on pineapples, that show.
Yeah, lots of
In
pineapples.
fact, the whole show is just about pineapples. 8 seasons.
There's nothing else.
Of pineapple.
Pineapples, murder,
More pineapples.
More pineapples. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, and then at the end of each episode, we'll be teasing you for the next one, giving you a little bit of background into what's coming up, what show we're choosing, what the episode is. And I think for the most part, for both of us, when we're introducing that, it's going to be the first time the other one is hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part. Like, we've kind of gone through and like picked some episodes we want to do, but we're going to forget.
I've already forgotten what
right?
I picked.
I have no idea what we're doing. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And that way too, if you want to watch with us, so, we'll introduce, we're going to watch Psych season 5, episode 2. You can go and watch it before we drop the episode about it.
Do you know what episode that is?
No idea.
Okay. Did you pick that on purpose? No. But yeah, exactly. You can follow along with us, and we'll be releasing these weekly.
Hold on. Now I got to Google.
Now we got to find out.
Feet Don't Kill Me Now.
They have some good episode titles for that show.
Lassiter and Gus work together on a case involving lab trial samples.
That sounds like a good one.
I can't remember this off the top of my head.
July 21st, 2010. Feet Don't Kill Me
Oh my God,
Now.
this is a great one. Yeah.
We might have to do this one just because you said it.
Yeah, and it's great because Timothy does a lot of tap dancing in this episode.
No shit.
Yeah.
He is a trained tap dancer?
I don't know.
Okay. He just tap dances in that episode.
Dances.
He just dances. Awesome. Anyway, where was I?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I have a tendency to derail things.
Yeah, so we'll be releasing these weekly, and that way when we announce the next episode at the end of the episode we're in, you can go ahead and watch that particular episode of television and then come back and hang out with us for the next show off pod and know what we're talking about. So
Or don't. I don't know.
Or don't.
You do
or
you.
don't. Yeah. Come in blind, whatever you want to do. Yeah. I think that's about it. Is there anything else we need to cover for the people?
I think we do. We do have something we need to cover.
What's that?
What our first episode is going to be about.
What our first episode's going to be about. Well, so you want to do like the format of it?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll introduce the format.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So next time on the show off. Sorry, this is me being serious. Next time on the show off, we're going to be doing Amanda gets to pick.
Oh. I didn't know I got to go first. I thought we were going to do like rock, paper, scissors or something.
Oh, I mean, we can, but...
I mean, it's too late. You said I could go first.
It's too late. I'm putting you on the spot. You're going first.
Going first.
Next time on the show off. What we're doing is we each pick a show that we deeply are passionate about,
Yep.
which is what we are always going to do.
Yeah.
But for this one, we have to pick the first episode and the last episode, and that can be of the season or the show.
Yeah, depending on what you want.
Yes. So basically getting to see, as I like to say, how it started, how it's going.
Yeah. Yep.
So Amanda, what is your pick?
My pick for this inaugural episode of the show off.
Break the champagne bottle over
Yeah,
it.
pop it, baby. We're watching Once Upon a Time. And we're watching the pilot, which is breaking our pilot rule a little bit, but for this first one, it's fine. We're watching the pilot of Once Upon a Time, and then we are going to be watching the season 1 finale. I'm super excited. I actually recently started watching this show again. So if you don't know, Once Upon a Time is a fantasy drama that aired on ABC It premiered in 2011, so like almost 15 years ago. And I'll read the IMDb synopsis, which is: a young woman with a troubled past is drawn to a small town in Maine where fairy tales are to be believed.
It's always Maine.
It's always Maine? Why is it always Maine?
I don't know. That's some Stephen King stuff. Right? He always sets his stuff in Maine.
Does he?
Most of the time.
I can see how it would be creepy up there for some reason.
That's just where he's from.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like there could be some like creepy fog happening, you know?
I mean, I've never been to Maine.
Yeah.
So
We
people
can't
who
judge
are from
Maine. Sorry,
Maine,
people
you
from
tell
Maine.
us, is Maine creepy?
we really can't talk because northern Wisconsin is hella creepy.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
It's
it's so creepy.
It's so terrifying. Neil Gaiman set American Gods here.
Really?
For that reason. Yeah. Have you not read American Gods?
No.
Yeah. Side tangent, but Wisconsin's creepy, y'all.
Okay, wow, sorry. See, I derail things. Okay, keep going.
Okay, Once Upon a Time. Yeah. So that's the IMDb synopsis. The creators are Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsis, who, as I understand, were writers on Lost before this show. So that's pretty cool. They are the showrunners for this show. Starring, let me get to the cast list. Starring Jennifer Goodwin as Mary Margaret Blanchard, aka Snow White. Jennifer Morrison as Emma Swan. Lana Parrilla as Regina Mills. Robert Carlyle as Mr. Gold. Jared Gilmore as Henry Mills. And Josh Dallas as David Nolan. And there's like a lot of assorted, there's a bajillion characters in this show. If you haven't seen the show, that might have sounded like a lot to you. There's actually a ton more. It's basically a Disney / fairy tale adaptation mashup. And there's really no way for me to explain it to you without you just watching it. So that's what we're starting with. I'm super stoked. I recently got into watching this show again. It's one of those ones that's like really, really good in the first couple seasons. Like I would say the first 2 seasons of this show are near perfect television. Like truly excellent. And I mean excellent in like it's not like a prestige TV show, you know. It's not like a Breaking Bad or
well, it was ABC, right?
ABC, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
like you got to set your expectations.
Yeah. It's not like high cinema, but it's really good. And for the first 2 seasons, first 3 seasons if I'm being nice. And then it falls off some cliffs. Multiple in succession, I would say.
Would it fall in the category of should have ended after season 5?
I would say it falls in the category of should have had a like fully planned 5 seasons. You can tell, like you can really tell where the point where it stopped being planned out. You know what I mean? And that's basically after season 3.
Yeah. I feel like that happens with a lot of cable TV shows.
Yeah, cable and network. Yeah, because at some point, you know, it's like we just want to keep going and keep everybody paid and just keep the machine chugging along. I will say though, I've been sending you crazy Snapchats and texts about me watching.
No context for any, because for the record, I have not seen a single episode of this show. I know
which is great.
Nothing about it other than
excited.
It's Disney fairy tale.
Yeah, Disney fairy tales.
Yeah, I know nothing. And then Amanda sends me Snapchats.
Yeah.
No context. Just little commentary on the side. And I'm okay.
I just have no one else to send them to, so it has to be you. But yeah, so for context, I am still watching this show. I'm still making my way through it. I started the show actually when the last season was airing.
I was about to ask that. Is the show completed?
It is completed. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's done. It wasn't canceled. Like it had an ending, which is great. We might come back to it. Who knows? But yeah, so basically I've been watching this show on and off since 2018. Basically blasted through the first 3 seasons because like I said, they're really good. And then struggled through season 4, really struggled through season 5. You guys, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. And you know what? It was one of those ones, I'm going on a tangent now, so here we go. It's one of those ones where
that's how it works.
That's what we're here for. It's one of those ones where the ideas were there. Like, you know what I mean? Like where you're watching something and you're like, you guys, I can see the bones. Like I can see the foundation, but the execution is just not happening. It's just not what I want. So, you know, I think there's probably a lot of mixed opinions out there on the interwebs about the trajectory of the show. I think most people tend to agree that it went off the rails a couple times. I think season 5 being certainly one of them. If you know, you know. But now I'm in season 6 and I am shook. I am shook by the absolute 180 this show did from me just like dragging myself through almost the entirety of season 5 to season 6 feeling like not a continuation, but like having the same feeling watching season 6 as I did like season 2 or 3. Like it's good. it's good again. I don't know what to say. And that is so shocking to me because like how often does that happen with a TV show?
Where they like rebound?
Hardly ever.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about like primetime and cable TV where it's like it's
usually it just slowly kind of tapers off with maybe a little blip of a good season, but not a great season.
Yeah. Well, and I'm only like 5 episodes in or so. And like I said, like it's still like kind of its, cheesy self, but it's definitely just back to being interesting again. And I think I'll talk about that more when we do our second half of the next episode, in talking about the show as a whole. But there's definitely a couple specific reasons I have to attribute that to, but
I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah. So that's where we're heading for episode 1. Ooh. Join us for our discussion of Once Upon a Time, the pilot, and the season finale of season 1, which I don't know what the episode title is, but we'll tell you in the next episode.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and I hope you join us, and I hope you watch. The 2 episodes and listen to our discussion and send us feedback. Let us know what you think about the episodes. I don't know. Is that it? Is that all we got?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. In that case,
how do we
sign off? I know.
I don't know.
We're gonna figure it out, you guys. We're gonna have like this could be a professional podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Just awkward. You can be professional. I will just be awkward.
You'll get there. We're working on it. This is our first one.
Drag me into professionalism.
Oh yeah, kicking and screaming. Okay, y'all. That's all we got for now. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Show Off. If you enjoyed this one, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast and give us your review of our episode pick for this week's pod. You can also email us at theshowoffpod@gmail.com. See you all next week.